Today, I'm going to talk to you about using motion to create leverage on old stretches to make them look like new plays and help your quarterback out. Hey everybody, welcome to Elite Athletes TV. I'm Mike Pulaski, former 11-year pro quarterback and quarterbacks coach here at EliteAthletesTV.com. I talk to coaches all the time about using motion to create different looks and to get yourself into new leverage situations, to get eyeballs moving, to get defenses moving the way that you want them to. And it's super simple. You're using old stretches, dependable stretches that you've used, and you're creating a different look, different formations, different personnel sets, but getting the same stretch. So your quarterback doesn't have to learn new concepts, but you create leverage for him to make reads quick and easy. Today we're going to look at the smash route, and it's USC versus Cal, and how they use motion to create leverage and give a quarterback a quick read. Before we get started, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and ring the bell. If you like football content, if you like X's and O's, if you like talking quarterback play, if you like talking about motivation or building culture on a team, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you love what we're doing here. And leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. What do you want to learn? What do you want to hear? What do you want to see? And I have an archive of college footage that I can get into, and we'll take a look at it here on the channel. But let's take a look at the smash route, the way USC runs it, and the way that they use a short motion to create leverage for a young quarterback. So let's take a look at personnel first. SC has 12 personnel. 1 running back, 2 tight ends. Cal is playing nickel to this personnel group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 DBs. So they're playing with a nickel will in this case because he's the will linebacker away from the tight ends. We're talking about the smash concept here. And as a college analyst, I see it every week in the fall. You're going to see the smash concept at least 4 or 5 times a game. Both teams run it. Almost every team in the country has a smash concept in their repertoire of plays. And so what is a smash concept? Well, you get a sit down and a corner, trying to high-low that flat defender, whoever that may be. Teams have gotten sophisticated on defense now. And so if you run that standard sit and corner route, if they are rolling to it, what they do is they play the corner where he sinks just enough to take the quarterback off of throwing the corner route and then reacts to cover that for a 4 or 5 yard gain. 4 or 5 yards is great, but if you're trying to take the shot at the corner, if you're trying to stretch the corner and stretch that flat defender, then you have to do something different. If teams play cover 3 to it, what they'll do is they'll drop that corner to thirds, and now the flat defender will read number 2 through number 2 to number 1. If he gets vertical, he'll start to carry him to take away that seam read and then drive the flat, and they'll come over the top with the corner to help on the seam. If this receiver on the outside doesn't get vertical, he's no threat to the corner, so they'll drop in, they'll soften to the inside seam and get help from that backside corner. And so defenses have gotten very sophisticated in terms of how they react to and how they cover the smash concept or any of these concepts in their defensive reads. What SC does is they bring a short motion by the outside receiver, number 1, down, and then they run him on a quick out with a whip or return route. They still run number 2 on the corner. On the backside, they run the tight end on a 6-yard sit, and then they outside release and run a backside hook. And so that gives you immediate leverage on the front side versus this cover 8 look for Cal. We'll take a look at it one time real quick here, and then we'll talk through it. You see the short motion? Receiver gets vertical, runs a corner route, and then runs the whip underneath. And so they get the completion because they affected coverage, but let's talk about the coverage rules and how this short motion affects them. You can see as USC brings this short motion, the corner communicating with that nickel will, he's still maintaining that outside leverage. Remember, his assignment, his rules in this coverage are he's going to cover the flat because he is the roll-up corner, he is the hard corner, and he's got safety help over the top. This nickel will is playing that inside leverage. And what he's going to do is he's going to carry the vertical route, anything getting vertical, because he's trying to protect this safety back here. The safety, because of his disguise, is going to be going outside. So if you were to run something that comes this way into the middle with some route that affects that safety, now that safety is beat, the half safety is beat because he has that outside, he has to cover that outside vertical route. And so they're trying to carry number 2 with that nickel will to protect that safety over the top. That puts him in outside leverage. When USC runs that quick out, this corner has to jump it right now so he doesn't get out leveraged, out flanked to the flat. And if he is, he gets beat with that ball, that could turn up the sideline and go. And so he has to jump it right now. It creates immediate leverage for a young quarterback to read. It cleans it up. It also leaves the inside nickel will with inside leverage on a corner route. And so I like that. You clean it up. You get this corner. You put him in a bind right now by making him cover the flat, and you expose the over-the-top safety because number 2 getting vertical on the corner route, he can't cover that. If he's going to play true high, deepest in his zone, he can't cover that corner route. And so it makes it a super clean read for a quarterback. Your thought process as a quarterback should be, I'm going to read flat defender first. If this guy jumps the out, if he gets width right now, if he does anything but fly out, I'm thinking I'm going to take a shot at that corner route. So that's your first read. Because you have inside leverage on number 2, you know that you're going to get a clean release on that corner. You're going to be able to get that outside breaking route. Because the safety is high and inside, I know that I've got a shot at that right now. So quarterback should be thinking first, my key starts right here. As soon as this guy gets width or flattens his feet or squares off, does anything but blow out, I'm looking to that corner. As a QB, as I get back and set up in that progression, again, we'll go through it. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I see this corner sit right now, I should be throwing this football. If he gets depth at all, my eyes come down to number 2. If they take that away, my eyes come down to number 3, and then finally 4. And so I'm working a natural eye progression. High to low play side, with number 1 on the corner, number 2 on that whip route, number 3 to the tight end, my eyes just naturally flow across the field. Now, Jaxson Dart is a freshman for USC, and he doesn't throw the corner route here. And I want to talk about why that happens. Mechanics are so important at that quarterback position, both in our throwing motion, but also in our drops. We have to use drops that time out with the route. So let's take a look at his drop here. He should be taking a 3-step drop. 1, 2, 3. Because that will time out with the break on that corner. When he hits 3 steps here, your receiver will be breaking at that 10 to 12 yard mark right here. So this times out with a 3-step drop. But what Dart does is he takes a little hop back as he's looking out there. Remember, this is a designed route. There's no read to it, and you can see it in the way that the receiver breaks it. He gets vertical, comes out, and then whips back in. So that times out because it's got 2 moves in it, quick, out to the flat, and whip back around to be that 3 on a hitch or a second hitch for the quarterback. Dart doesn't take the 3. He hops and then hops back some more. He is quick on his route. And so as a result, what he sees is this DB in the nickel will carrying through and doesn't recognize the corner running to the flat. Quarterbacks and coaches, I can't emphasize enough, getting your drops timed out properly so that they time up with your routes and you can make your reads in the drop is super important. We'll watch it again one more time. Watch Jaxson dart, 1, 2, hip, and he just hops. And he takes a little false step to start it. Again, we'll watch it from the end zone here. Takes that false step hop, and then hop, hop. And so he's not timing it out properly with the way he drops. The other thing that creates a problem is his left tackle here sets outside, but then this is Cam Good, very good football player. He'll be playing on Sundays next year. Gets a strong bull rush and pushes his tackle into his lap. However, as a coach, I would coach Jaxson Dart to take his first step with the right foot and then dovetail the next two so that he ends up behind his center as he throws. When he hits that back step, he can hitch and let that corner go on time. He doesn't do that. He takes the false step and then hops twice and ends up with his tackle in his lap. And so it makes him feel uncomfortable and he drops the ball down. You can see that the corner comes open here. As soon as you put that stretch on, the short motion gets the corner's attention, and as soon as the corner breaks, Jaxson Dart should be sticking his foot in the ground, single hitch, and throwing this ball out to about the bottom of the numbers on the 50. With this kind of space, as a quarterback, you've got to be able to make that throw. Instead, Dart checks down to his whip route underneath, and he gets the completion, but this could have been a much bigger play. So make the game easy on your quarterback while giving different looks to the defense. It makes it hard on defensive coordinators when you're sending different motions, giving different looks, and you can get the different stretches or the same stretches from a bunch of different looks just by using motion and personnel groups and give a defensive coordinator fits. It's not that hard. You just have to be willing to put that motion in. Even guys that are going tempo offense can use motion to create new looks. Chip Kelly calls it putting lipstick on a pig, and that's exactly what it is. You get the same exact plays, but you're getting them from different looks through motion. If you're here for the end of this video, give yourself a thumbs up for staying. Most of the people on YouTube get out early, so I appreciate you staying on. Make sure you check out EliteAthletesTV.com, and if you're a quarterback or a quarterback coach who wants to learn more about passing mechanics, I will put the link in the comments section down below, and you can learn how to throw with perfect quarterback mechanics. It increases velocity, increases arm strength, increases accuracy, throw tighter spirals. All those things come from throwing with great mechanics. Appreciate you watching. Just wanted to help out your quarterbacks, coaches, learn how to create new stretches from different motion schemes.